It's still Breakfast Daily here, and now we're about to have a conversation on the Safety Profit Conference 2024. And with me in the studio here is Mr. Edward Debra, the convener of the Safety Profit Foundation. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And can you tell us what the Safety Profit Foundation is about?
Right, so thank you for having me and for this opportunity. Safety Profit Foundation essentially is an advocacy platform. Over the years, I've been involved heavily in health and safety, locally and abroad. I've seen how safety is practiced outside the country, and I've seen how it's being managed locally. So I felt, why don't I use my voice to help bring change? So that the best practice that I see out there will be replicated down here to protect people, businesses, and the entire community. So Safety Profit Foundation is an advocacy platform that's been built to set up information dissemination, organize conferences, exhibitions, and events around health and safety.
Right. And how long has this been going on for?
Right, so the foundation was formed officially this year.
Right.
But initially, I was doing it on the back of my consultancy, which is ED Consults Limited. So the first conference was held in 2022. And then we invited people from different places to come into Ghana to support us.
Right.
And then, so we set up a foundation now to fully run it.
So why Safety Profit? Why do you call it Safety Profit?
Right, so a lot of people think, in fact, a lot of leadership, people in leadership positions feel that safety is a ticking box exercise and it's a waste of money. I want to tell them that safety actually makes profit, good profit. Because if you begin to consider accidents that happen at work, right? You might have a key person who might be involved in an accident, and for that reason, he may stay out of work for a long time. You may have to find a replacement. It will cost you money. But if you put in the right things and the people are protected at work so they can do safe work, you can actually make more profit than waiting for accidents to happen to lose money.
Right.
So this is why it is Safety Profit.
Okay, so safety. So is this all about the workplace?
No.
Or just everywhere in general?
Everywhere in general. In the market, construction sites, in churches, at homes, everywhere.
So that means you work with different industries?
Yes. Yes.
And ever since you started, especially when you started at the back of your consultancy, do you think that you've made some progress? Do you think people understand what you're doing?
Yes, I think very much so. Yes, the interest has been overwhelming. So I've been an advocate for a long time. I happen to be the first chairman for ISSER in Ghana. ISSER is the largest health and safety body for occupational health and safety in the world. So in 2020 to 2023, I was a chair for Ghana. We started advocacy and people got to know. So then I feel that the drive has been on. It's been ongoing and interest has been ignited. Initially, people did not have enough knowledge. So because of that, they were a bit adamant and recalcitrant about it. But now that the advocacy is going on, we are seeing a lot more interest from people, and then they are embracing it. Yeah. So corporate institutions are now very interested because last year, for instance, I had the opportunity of meeting Afrexim Bank. I've had the opportunity to discuss stuff with Stanbic Bank. Even yesterday, Charterhouse, some hospitals in the country, even Zipline. All of them are embracing the act of safety, and I think it's going a long way to help. What we're looking for, ultimately, is for leadership. By leadership, I mean the executive, to be interested in this conversation so that they could turn the bill into law. Once it becomes law, I believe it would help streamline and standardize the processes, and it will improve our well-being.
All right, so can you give us like 3 reasons why it's important for the government and employers and workers to be all part of this and also prioritize safety and health in operations?
Right. So safety is a support function in every organization. Now let's look at the moral aspect of why safety is important. If you leave your house, you tell your family you are going to work. Nobody tells your family they are going to die. But it so happens that people die whilst doing their jobs. What can we do to assure people that assurance that when they go to work, they can come back home safely? A lot of processes has to go through. Employers own that duty of care to ensure that people within their employment or people who they've employed are looked after well, so they can produce and produce well. So morally, it's the right thing to do. Financially, it saves a lot of money. Talk of direct and indirect cost. When your brand gets hurt because you have probably had a spillage in an oil company, let's say, and there's a spill into a river body killing aquatic fishes and all of that, it becomes a bad PR for the business. You need to spend a lot more money to salvage your image. But if you had been proactive, that would have been avoided. So financially, it saves you. And then again, legally, when you fall foul of the law, you are in trouble.
Right.
So I've had an opportunity of working in the UK. I still do work in the UK full time. Now, what I can say is that there's several things that they do there that really lets people know that they have to do the right things. If you're an employer that has more than 5 people in your company, you need to have a health and safety person. So when there's an accident, it's not just the employer. If the accident is serious, it's not just the employer that investigates. There's an authority called the Health and Safety Executive. They come to your office to support you investigate. And once they find out that there are issues, you are fined. Legally, you may lose your license. Some of employers may even be served with prison sentences and all of that. So those things also help you to know that you are not just on your own. There are laws regulating you. So you need to comply with those laws to not have any issues.
And so like that second body is not the hospital.
No.
It's just a body on its own.
Yes.
That does that.
Yes.
Do we have that here in Ghana?
We've got quite a lot of laws and things around, but we don't have an overarching body that looks after health and safety. For instance, if you go to the mining sector, the Minerals Commission are doing a fantastic job regulating health and safety within that space. If you go to upstream, Petroleum Commission are doing it. The downstream, the National Petroleum Authority are doing bits. Then there's Department of Factories Inspectorate that are also doing their bit. But we need an overarching body that will look after everything. That is what we don't have at present. But I know there's a bill in Parliament. Hopefully, if it gets passed, then there will be that unison and standardization across. So everybody will know where to go. Construction, you know that they are responsible. Facilities management, irrigation, whatever it is, everybody, retail, all of them will have to fall in. So once this bill is passed, it helps sort of harmonize the whole thing, and then it tells us exactly where we want to go. Because there are several competent authorities. By competent authorities, I'm referring to regulators. There are several of them in the UK. We have the Environment Agency. In this case, Ghana terms is the Environmental Protection Agency. They do their bit on the environment. And then there's a Health and Safety Executive that does strictly health and safety across the entire sphere. So when we get this body formalized in Ghana, then you begin to know that you cannot regulate this to the background. Especially look at entertainment. A lot of the time, people plan entertainment outdoor events with no recourse for health and safety. But currently, with the advocacy I've been championing, there's been a lot of change. Last year was Stonewall's concert at the stadium. We managed the health and safety for him. And I'm sure you heard that there were no incidents. You saw ambulances there, you saw firefighters there and all that. Those are all emergency plans we put in to prevent any form of issues that may come up. So when this is standardized, it would help.
Right. All right. So now let's talk about the conference, the Safety Profit Conference 2024. Is this the first time it's happening?
No, that's not. This is actually the second time.
This is actually the second time. How was the first one?
The first one, so the first one was good. It actually beat my expectations because initially we set out to have 100 people and we got the numbers. So they all came, they listened to speakers from different parts of the world in different professions and all of that. They got to know that the reasons why certain things happen, how we could prevent accidents and its impact on people, family and all of that. So it was good.
So how many industries did you have participate? Like the people that attended, they were from what industries?
So it's actually open to everybody. Banking sector, oil and gas sector, mining, everybody, retail, all of them. It's open to everybody.
Right. Is there a theme?
Yeah, safety saves lives.
Safety saves lives. All right. Now let's talk about your speakers. Who are the speakers that are going to be there?
Right. So I've got a combination of foreigners and indigenous people. We've got 8 speakers on the bill this year.
Right.
We have Craig Foyle, who is the keynote speaker. Craig is based in the United Kingdom. Then there's Crystal August. Crystal August is also based in Canada. She heads a Canadian form of health and safety body.
Right.
Yes, and then there is Alison Hind. Alison is based in Switzerland.
Right.
Alison does a lot of IT stuff as far as health and safety is concerned. She's concerned more about sustainability, so do our paperwork and go dig it out. Then there's Charles Owusu. Charles happens to be the CEO for Petroleum Hub Development Corporation. My very good friend went to school together. I asked him, I said, come and share your experiences or how your organization is supporting this.
Right.
And then there's Timothy Aloko. Timothy is in Nigeria. He'll be coming in to also support.
All right, so I see that you have a lot of foreigners, but so how do the foreigners actually impact with, or how do they contribute to the Ghanaian environment? Obviously, their working environment is different, you understand? Everything is different there compared to the Ghanaian environment. So how do you think they're going to make impact to the Ghanaian environment?
Right, so it's all about best practices. They're telling us how they've done it at their end. What we could learn from them to improve what we have here. Because if we had the systems, we wouldn't need them. But because they've done it before and they are experienced in it, let's tap into their knowledge, expertise, and they get it running.
All right.
That's
So
the reason.
Is it a free event?
Yes, it is free.
Right.
I mean, health and safety is something that we are still grooming. So if you try to put prices on it, it doesn't really encourage people to come. So we've got some sponsors who have been supporting us over the years. So everything is paid for.
Right.
So just come in, listen, bring your notebook, learn a few things, get opportunity to network, get opportunity to ask questions. Whatever question you have, you ask, you get answers to, and get opportunity for mentors as well.
Right.
People will be mentoring people who are interested.
Yeah. So any other activities that they should look out for?
So once we finish this, then this will be launching the foundation. Afterwards, we have plans of rolling out a lot of activities. For instance, we plan on going to Abublochi Market to speak to the people. We plan on going to the government construction sites to talk to the contractors. The last time I saw some of the government people at construction sites with complete disregard for health and safety, and I thought that was wrong.
Yeah.
This year, the turning point on the conference is that I've got a lady friend in Edinburgh called Louise Adamson. Louise Adamson had a brother who went to work and never returned home. He was electrocuted. Michael Adamson was electrocuted and he died.
Wow.
Louise is coming in to share the
Her own
experience
story,
of Michael. I don't know how impactful it will be than that, when you hear from somebody whose brother died as a result of a workplace issue. It will make you realize that there's still a lot more to be done. Because outside the country, people report these things. It is not a joke.
Right.
In our part of the world, you really do not even get a lot of reports. So you lack data. However, when personal experiences are shared, it helps us to have a rethink, change the way we look at things and improve. So
Right. So talking about this accidents that happen at work, I actually witnessed one, and you talked about a building site. I actually went to the salon to fix my nail, and there was a building site in front of it, and then there was an accident that happened, and the guy was not wearing the right boots and stuff like that, and then his toes came off. It was like the most gory thing I've ever seen and heard, and there was so much blood, and everybody was saying, if only he wore the right thing, this wouldn't have happened.
Yes.
So yeah, I think this is a very important conversation that we just had. And so where is it going to happen and when is it going to happen?
So it's on Saturday, 9 a.m.
This
in the morning.
Saturday,
Yes,
9 a.m.
at the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research Hall, ISSER, at the University of Ghana.
All right. All right, thank you very much. And in case people want to ask for any information, how can they reach out to you?
So they could go on social media, on Instagram, TSPF Official, on LinkedIn, the Safety Prophet Foundation. And they could reach out to me on 0244 164 671. And then again on Twitter, TSPF Official.
All right. Thank you so much, Edward.
You're welcome.
It was really nice talking to you. All right, so we've been speaking to Edward Deborah, the convener of the Safety Prophet Foundation, and we've been talking about safety in the workplace and safety and health in general. And it's also been about the Safety Prophet Conference 2024 that's going to be happening on Saturday at 9 a.m. at the ISSER Hall at the University of Ghana.